going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort, and China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Crypto really everywhere now, and not just on Uber's mind, but it's also taking over the Super Bowl. So many crypto ads this year. There's eToro, there's FTX, which is actually giving away Bitcoin to viewers. And I did some of the math, Shanali. It could add up to hundreds of thousands of dollars per giveaway.
Listen, it's a big time for FTX because they also have been tweeting up a storm today, all of the executives, about them really opening up a wait list here for their stocks product as well. So you have crypto, and then you also have stock trading, which also eToro does. Not running a Super Bowl commercial necessarily, but
metaverse ads. I believe Bud Light is one of those. And then on the And then there is Drake betting more than $1 million in Bitcoin on the Super Bowl. And unfortunately, I believe he is rooting for the Rams.
So interesting. He's not even just betting just on the Rams. He bet 500,000 Canadian dollars on the Rams wide receiver having over a .5 anytime touchdown. I don't even know what that means. I have to be honest with you. But I think this speaks to a lot of broader things we're seeing going on here. I've been saying for months that there was going to be a point where stock trading became less exciting for the individual investor, and sports betting, especially as New York just opened up just in time, would become more exciting for the individual investor.
I don't know, Shanali. I'm still bitter that the Niners aren't there. I gotta say, I don't know if I can even watch, but I feel like I have to for work.
We do, unfortunately.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, I come back with that video just to make you think. And guys, the Super Bowl is seen around the world. And who's going to take over the Super Bowl? That's right, cryptocurrency. And what does crypto mean? A hidden message, a hidden meaning. The cryptos are for the robots, algorithms, and drones while they take humanity out the workforce and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And then we have Russia. The movie is priming up. And who do they go get when they priming up the movie? That's right, Trump. Anytime Biden does bad, they bring in the Hegelian dialectic. If Trump was in office, this would have never happened. But when Trump left office, what did he say? China and Russia are going to control and run America. And we see that's about to happen. America is about to go to some of the worst times in economic history. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you, because he knows. When it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
I was saying an attack could happen at any time. On your assessment, where are we and how did we get here?
Well, first of all, it's shocking because this should have never happened. It should have never happened. It would not have happened. And how we got here is when they watched Afghanistan and they watched the most incompetent withdrawal in the history of probably any army, let alone just us. They saw that, and President Xi and President Putin, watch what happens with China versus, but with Taiwan. But they watched that, and they said, what's going on? They don't know what they're doing. And all of a sudden, I think they got a lot more ambitious. I think Putin really wanted to negotiate for a period of time. I think when he watched Afghanistan, when he watched that unbelievably bad withdrawal, incompetent, where they took the military out first, where they left $85 billion worth of equipment behind for the Taliban to have and to sell and to use. And, of course, the death that happened. When they watched all of that, I think they got emboldened.
President Trump, Joe Biden is scheduled to be on a call today with Vladimir Putin. What do you think he can say? What should he say? If you were in office today, what would you say to Vladimir Putin?
Well, I wouldn't be in this position because we're in a very bad position right now. And it would have, as I said, it would never have happened. I know him very well, got along with him very well. I stopped his pipeline. I sanctioned them more than anybody ever sanctioned them. Nobody was ever tougher on Russia, but I got along with Putin very well. We respected each other. I think you have a whole different ballgame right now. This is just an exercise. He's not going to tell him anything, and I don't think Putin's at this point going to be listening. It's going to be very interesting to see what he does in terms of the depth. Will he take a small piece? When Biden originally said he's going in, everybody was like, did he just say that? Nobody could believe it, but he said it. And it was almost like a card. Ukraine went crazy when he saw that, when they heard that, the president. But now the phone call, I think, is perfunctory. I don't think much is going to come out of it.
Yes, sir. Republicans have introduced a bill that would block aid to Ukraine until our southern border is secure. The thinking is, why would we be worried about a border in Europe when there is a disaster happening right here at home? Do you think that those two issues should be linked?
Well, I certainly understand how people feel. We had the strongest border we've ever had, our southern border. We were 3 weeks away from finishing the wall after going through 2.5 years of lawsuits with the Democrats and winning them all. We were 2.5, 3 weeks away from, think of it, finishing the wall, which is largely, frankly, finished anyway. It's a tremendous help. We had the best numbers in the history of our country on the southern border. Very little was coming in. Very few people were coming in, other than coming in legally. We had the lowest drug numbers, the best drug numbers in the last 32 years, and they were getting much better rapidly. And all of a sudden, this guy takes over, and the border is opened, and we have millions of people. I think it's 10 million. They say 3 million. But people coming in, countries all over the world are releasing their prisoners into our country. We're like a dumping ground. So I can certainly understand how people feel when they say, let's try and tie one to the other. We fight for other people's borders, but we don't fight for our own border. We had the strongest, the most secure border we've ever had at the south, and Mexico was great to me. They helped us. They gave us 28,000 soldiers free of charge, because otherwise we would have, as you know, tariffed all of their cars and things coming in. And we got along great with Mexico. We had the Stay in Mexico policy. Now it's called Stay in the United States. Whoever you are, just come on in. It's a very terrible thing, and I must tell you, I do understand how they feel when we're fighting for other countries, but we're not fighting for our own.
The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.